Welcome to the Fertility Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Natalie Silverman, host of the Fertility Podcast, where I speak to fertility experts around the globe, as well as men and women sharing their infertility struggles. And the aim is to give you as much information as I can on your trying to conceive journey. And I created the Ultimate Fertility Guide, which was to put all different fertility services in one place to give you an overview of what you might need to use. And then what I've been doing is speaking to all the different people that are listed to give you bite-sized chunks of information about what it is that they offer. And today I'm delighted to welcome Annemette Arndal Lauritzen. Did I say that right? Did I say it right? Yes.
That's good.
Who's the CEO of the European Sperm Bank. Hello, Annemette.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm good. I was just talking about how I didn't want to get your name wrong. And then as soon as I was about to say it, I froze up, but we're good. And we're here to talk about what you do, about the sperm bank, and about a specific product and service that you offer. So let's just start. Tell me how long you've been with the European Sperm Bank. Did you say for 7 years?
Yes, I've been with the managing director of the bank for 7 years now.
And when women are considering choosing a sperm donor, it can seem quite overwhelming as where to start. I've talked to women who've talked about how it feels a bit like a dating service and the things that you need to consider. And we're going to talk about your GeneX match product.
Exactly. Yes.
So just tell me a bit about what it is, first and foremost.
Well, I think when you try to conceive with a donor, there's many important things, but the most important for most people is to have a healthy child in the end. And we in European Sperm Bank focused on that more than you can say basically everything else. And the issue with having a healthy child is that you can test the donor so much, and we do that, but actually having a healthy child depends on the good match between the receiver's gene and the donor's genes. So it's nothing we can do alone. We cannot test the donor alone and ensure that healthy child. We need to know about the genes of the receiver, the woman who is actually going to use the donor to have their dream child.
Because am I right in that we all carry some kind of hereditary genetic disease? And is it yes. they might not show?
They actually never shows,
right.
But all of us carry that. It's called a recessive gene. And the reason it never shows is that we have two parallel sets of genes, and the one is dominating the other. So we are sort of healthy with our dominant gene, but if our recessive gene, the one not dominating, has a mistake, we might pass that on to our child. And the issue is that if the woman passes on the gene with a mistake in it, and the donor coincidentally has the same mistake, and that might create an unhealthy child with a genetic disorder. So the match we do with the GeneX match is that we take the DNA of the woman, we have the DNA of the donor, and we add these two together in a database, just ensuring that there's no of these mistakes being the same. Realizing the woman has her mistakes and the donor also has his mistakes on recessive genes. I think an important thing is to understand we cannot take that away as a sperm bank. There's no such thing as taking that away. It will always be there, but it's not a problem as long as the one you're having children with do not have the same mistake.
So if a woman comes to choose a sperm donor and she has this test and finds out that there are maybe more issues than she realized, is there then support and advice of how she can progress?
Yes, because an important thing is to say we're not looking for a mistake with her. We're not testing her to tell her anything about her genes. The only thing we're doing is testing her to see if she's a good match with the donor.
Right.
And that's also why if she's not a good match with that donor, we have hundreds of other donors. So what we will do is then to help her find another donor and then repeat the test to make sure that that donor doesn't have the same recessive disorders that she had. And in that way, we'll just help her. We'll ask her what was important for you with that donor you had chosen at first. Was that the look? Did we need to make a photo match of her and the donor, or her husband and the donor? Or what was the characteristics she was looking for? And then we'll just help her find donor B, and it's quite certain that that will be a good match, because the risk of us not having the same mistakes is actually quite low. So you don't have to fear that, oh, then I have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 donors. That will not happen. It is very likely that donor number 1 is a good match, and if not, I'm always certain that number 2 will be it. We see that when we do the testing.
And what kind of time frame, if somebody's coming and they're having these kind of tests, because it can be quite a big step to have chosen the donor, and then you want to go ahead and get the process starting. And so when you're adding in these tests, what kind of time frame are we saying?
We'll when we get in contact with the lady or the couple, we will suggest that they actually start the GeneX match already, because they can send us their DNA or her DNA material right away. So with the testing, they get a little cup, and you spit in that cup, and then you send that to us, and we take out the DNA material of the spit, and we can use that in the database with the donor. Then you find the donor on the website. From we have received your DNA material, and it will take about 4 weeks before we have detracted the DNA material of the spit and be able to match. So approximately a 4-week period.
Okay, not long at all.
No, not really long, really.
And you've got, as you said, hundreds of thousands of donors, and you work with people all over the globe?
Yes, we do. And you can send us the DNA material regardless of where you're living. We'll send you the kit, and then you will follow an instruction and return it in the envelope we enclose for you directly to the lab, and they will proceed with it. So it's a very, very easy procedure to follow.
And what kind of feedback have you had of women that have been using this?
Well, initially, I think people have the comment, oh, your donors is tested so well. But then we explain to her, yes, they are, but you are not tested, and you are important. And then when people realize that, they think, oh, wow, nobody told us that. So they got it. They're really happy to have that solution and to ensure their healthy child in an even better way than before this product was invented.
Because I imagine it's a real peace of mind. It's empowering, but it does give you that peace of mind when there are so many unknowns when using a sperm donor.
Exactly. And the point is also you're going through so many tests. When you have conceived, you have so many blood draws, but this mistake we're looking for, you cannot see afterwards. You can see it here. You can either abort if you're lucky enough, or you'll actually give birth to a child with a genetic disease. And that's what we are trying to avoid by having this product. Well, or this service, you could say.
Well, we'll put all the details of how you can find out more about the GeneX match on the link for the European Sperm Bank. Thank you so much for your time, Annemette. I think it's a brilliantly empowering thing, as we've just discussed, to hopefully give women that peace of mind that this slightly strange process on their journey to ultimately have their baby, they can kind of, not be too concerned about all these things, because we know we've tested and ticked all the right boxes ultimately.
Exactly. And if I could just add a little thing, you as a woman yourself, you may know, but you have always 2 X's. So the woman is giving away 1 X to the child, and then the man is giving away, or the donor is giving away, an X or a Y. But actually a woman may also have mistakes on the one of the X's. So included in the GeneX match is actually also a test on your the X, the chromosome, the gene that you passes on, to make sure that that is not at risk either.
It's just amazing. The science that we've created is just mind-boggling and amazing. Thank you so much for explaining it all.
Thank you so much for having the opportunity. Thanks a lot. Good luck out there.
And be sure to subscribe to the Fertility Podcast YouTube channel to make sure that you don't miss any more of these expert interviews that we have. And click below to find out more details of what we've been talking about. And of course, follow up with the European Sperm Bank. Right, I'm just going to intro you again because I said your name wrong, didn't I?
No, I don't think so. Did you?
Oh, well, I just want to intro you again because I thought I said, no, it's Lauritzen, isn't it? Is that what I said? I thought I said Lauritzen. I'm just going to say it again, just in case, and then my editor can just. So you don't need to say anything. I'm just. Well, you
right. Will they see me when you're introducing me?
I'll like get him to edit it. Yeah. Okay. You'll be there. You'll be there. So still smile.
I'll still keep looking at. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just going to do that little intro bit with you again, just in case I need it. Okay.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Fertility Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Natalie Silverman, host of the Fertility Podcast, where I interview experts around the world as well as men and women sharing their fertility struggles. And I created the Ultimate Fertility Guide to try and put all the different fertility services that you need in one place, and then make interviews with all the different people listed so you can understand more about what it is, the services that they're offering, and what the science means, because we are talking about an amazing modern science. And today I'm delighted to welcome Annemette Arndal Lauritzen, who is the CEO of the European Sperm Bank. Annemette, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Natalie, and thank you for being here.